Hello and welcome back to another video review. Today we will be taking a look at the new LEGO Ninjago's Dragon Rising Tempo of the Dragon Energy Cores. This comes with 1,029 pieces and is 8 plus with set number 71795. On the bottom right here we have all our characters: Kai, Cole, Nia, Spirit of the Temple, Lord Roz, and Empress Beatrix, I guess. And here we have the actual temple. It's pretty cool. Here at the bottom we got the trees, a little bit of foliage, and then a big tree up here with a little bridge to it. That looks cool. We get all our characters in sort of action poses, kind of fighting off the enemies here. At the top we have our standard Ninjago Dragons Rising printing there. I don't know. Anyway, on the top of the box here, looking at that, we have all our characters sort of fighting, and then that's kind of the Spirit Temple just off in the distance, kind of watching it all. So I guess he's a kind of a neutral figure in this. Here we have Nia in sort of an action pose. Looks pretty cool. And then here on the back of the box, we have our different play features of the actual set, with this interesting one where the actual bridge kind of falls down, which is kind of cool. There's a little bit of features there, kind of blocking the door, and kind of other features as well, which we'll look at when we get into the actual build. We can see the characters are around, and we can see the actual spirit is just there, so assuming he can't really do anything, which is interesting. Anyway, without further ado, let us actually take a look at the set. So here we have the actual building out and on display. And there's quite a bit going on, so we'll kind of start from the bottom and we'll go to the top here. So just zooming in a little bit. Oh, too much. We'll start here at the bottom of the actual build. So you get this little side build here that actually holds the weapon of the spirit, which is pretty cool. Comes with a sticker there for the actual stone itself. Not sure if that holds any significance, but it looks pretty cool for a sticker. There's quite a few of these minifigure heads that are translucent red with printing on it on both sides to signify like lanterns, which is quite cool. There's quite a few of them, so you'll see them kind of dotted around. There's another one right here, and as we go up you'll see more. It's pretty interesting. And for the actual build itself, it's pretty cool down here, and especially with that door, which we'll look at in a second. You have like kind of steps going up to that door, which is fully openable, which is really cool. And it looks pretty cool as well. So you can open both sides, you can have one open, the other not. And I have Nia there on the other side, so it's quite cool. This was an interesting build as well, this sort of piece here, like a mustache almost, but like building it together and like putting it there was quite cool. And you'll notice there's quite a bit of stickers throughout. There's already 3 and 4 right there for the top there, which is really interesting. On the actual side here, we got this really cool sort of like rope or something hanging down to the tree, which we have like 3 different papers stuck to, which give a really cool look to the actual build. And on the side here of the build, like separate but it's still connected, we have a well, which is cool to build, and a tree there to connect that that rope. And on the inside, it'll be hard to see, but there is a sticker there in the well as well. Say how many times you can say well in the same sentence. And I do quite like these sort of mini builds here, like these 2 kind of statuette like on the side of the stairwell, and this really cool sort of rock formation here, kind of maybe like a lantern or something else, but it's quite cool there. You can see the start of the base of the tree, which will continue up onto the actual like build itself. That's like interconnected, which is cool. There's a little bit of interior space here, so we get the actual doorway where you can walk through. You can close that up. That's what the door looks like on the other side. And then here, kind of like a bookshelf almost. There's like a, it's hard to see, but there's a sticker there with a bunch of the different, looks like emblems, which is interesting. Maybe different dragon cores or dragons, I'm not sure. And then kind of like more books right there. It's an interesting build, to say the least. And continuing with those stickers, the actual flooring is pretty cool. Lots of places to put figures, so that's good. And then we'll get into an actual play feature here at the bottom with this sort of knob here. It's a little hard to turn, and I've had the actual thing pop off in order to do it, but basically you just twist this right here, and then we'll get this tree here with the lantern to fall down, and that way you kind of block off the door to your enemies so they can't get in, which is pretty cool. And just turning it back, you can just have it back. I'm sure you can just go like this. It's a little easier just to push the tree yourself, but for a play feature for kids, that's pretty cool. So moving on up to the second floor here at the front, we continuing from that really cool sort of mustache build here. We have a really interesting sort of sticker here with different lettering on it. It's got two sort of staffs there surrounded by gold, which just gives this really cool look. You can see this is where the actual rope is attached to, so it attached to this, to the tree at the bottom. Looking around, we get more of that tree build as we kind of continue, and we get more of these lanterns here. You have different leaves there, and it seems to be like a fall, which is cool. So you get these orange and lightish yellow sort of leaves, which is nice. Gives a little bit more like detail, so it's not just green, which is cool. We get this little pedestal with some regular fire, which you can have your spirit appear. Whether this is, I'm sure this is probably where the ninjas will talk to the spirit. Not sure, as I haven't watched the show yet, how that works, but nonetheless, it's cool. Cool little pedestal. Here we have Cole. He's just chilling. Here we come to another play feature, which we'll get to in a second. It's from this here. We kind of just twist it, and we'll kind of zoom out a little bit just to get a better look. So we pull it. How do we do it? I'm new here. That's not even connected. I'm doing it that play feature. So the actual pedestal you can kind of explode, which is interesting. Maybe this happens in the show. I'm not sure. But you kind of just like, you twist this, and then that pops off. So that's cool. So that's not even connected. That shows how much I was paying attention. Okay, drop it over there. Okay, so the other play feature is right here with these logs, which are pretty cool. We'll look at in just a second after we're done with the play feature. So I believe you do this. Yeah. So you pull this knob here. I was part of the tree. It's really kind of hidden, which is pretty cool actually. But you pull this here, and it'll drop the floor, dropping these logs, which are printed, which are quite cool actually. They kind of have like these gold studdeds in them as well. And that's part of this gold piece there as well. So it's quite cool for that. You get two of them, and the floor will drop, and they'll take your enemies out on the first floor, which is really, really cool. You can kind of have the spirit, maybe the spirit drops the floor. Kind of a lot of play features within this. There's also a little window here as well that you can look out of. So moving up to the third floor here, we get a nice view of the dragon core, and depending on which ones you have, you can swap them out. This one just comes with gold, but you can swap them out with any other one. If you have the purple or blue, you can just put it there, which is cool. A nice view of that. Also part of the same floor, we get the top of the tree, and we get a kind of a bridge here connecting to this little balcony, which you can kind of like look out from there. Let's get this nice little flag here at the top as well. And overall, it just looks aesthetically pleasing. I do love how that kind of all builds together. And that does include a play feature as well, which we'll look at in just a second. Continuing on the other side to the interior. As we go up, there's a little like less and less kind of space to put figures on. But here we have a sticker and sort of two little dragon like staves or something on the side of the actual dragon core. And depending on which one you have, you can pop it in. But for this set, if this is the only set you get, it gives you a gold one, so that's cool. And this is just the back side of that, the bridge and stuff like that. And there's more trees on the back as well, just to kind of get that going. Now, if I can remember where that play feature was, I would do it. Technical difficulties. Where are you? Oh yeah, I'll be back in a second. Alright, to actually do the play feature, all you gotta do is this piece, this flag that is connected to this tree piece here. All you do is you push that down, and I'll launch the balcony itself off. So if you have any figures on that, they will fall, obviously. And just putting that back on is quite easy. It's just connected by a few studs. And again, just showing that, pop it, and it'll fall down. And this is what it'll look like here with the balcony gone. You can see this is where the balcony was and where the bridge now leads to nowhere. So that's cool. Taking a look at the final level here, bringing this up, we can see this is pretty cool. We'll look a little higher just to see the whole thing. So this is the top of the actual building. Quite a cool sort of build to come together, and we got kind of different spikes there. There is only 3 as like the thing is kind of cut in a diagonal. And here at the top we have a bell, which is cool. So you can kind of swing that around. It's got a sticker on there as well. And we'll look at that on the inside. You can't really place any figures up here except for the spirit on like the side. Maybe you have a ninja climbing up there, I'm not sure. But you can just swing that there, which is quite cool. Other than that though, that is the whole temple itself. Quite a cool build, I gotta say. And building it actually was quite enjoyable, but we'll get into that when we go to the actual final thoughts. Next, we'll look at the figures individually in just a second. So here we have the Spirit Guardian, who is actually unique to the set. Quite a cool sort of green coloring that they have going on. I wish the hood would have been green as well. We'll take that off just to get a better look at the actual printing. You can see that this guy's quite old. He's got like a beard going there. And then here we have these nice green robes, which seem to be opening and kind of see more of that body there. Kind of like this spooky green color going on. And there's quite a nice robe with a gold sort of thing there as well. Looking at the back, there is no printing on the back of the legs there. It's like a dress piece and not like normal minifigure legs. And I can see there, it seems to be like a symbol or something on the back of the figure. Overall though, quite a cool figure. Not a second face, which kind of sucks, but cool nonetheless. And he comes with that sick weapon we saw earlier, part of that second build here. You can have him wield. So I'm curious who that guy is. Next we'll look at the Empress here. We can see she comes with a sword there and comes with this cool sort of hairpiece, which I've never seen, which is kind of like half not on it and half on. You can see she's got a really mean face there, and she got a little bit of printing there on the side of the face, kind of like tattoos or something, which is cool. She's got this golden armor and then a really cool black and gold sort of design for the actual like robes on her. Looking at the back of her head, now with this actual hairpiece, you can kind of see the back of her head. She does have a second face, kind of like more so kind of sad almost, but like looking there, you can see her printing there on the back. So it's kind of unfortunate, but it's still a pretty cool hairpiece. And if you're not looking back there, then it's fine. But yeah, that's the Empress. Look at Cole next. We've looked at him before, so we'll just take a quick look. Black with a little bit of orange, and again with that symbol there. He does have 2 different faces, and here he does have 2 golden swords. He is gone forever. Next we'll look at Lord Raz, and we've seen this guy before. He's got this cool sort of animal head instead of a regular minifigure head. He's got red and gold for his robes there, and he does have printing on the arms, which is really cool, especially for a Ninjago figure. That's pretty rare. And then the back there, just get that stud with the golden armor covering it. Then we'll look at Kai. We're just going through these ninjas pretty quick because we've seen them before. Here's Kai, red, and like darker red there. And again with the symbol in gold on the bottom there. He's got a black belt, and there's the back of the figure. And Nia is right here as the last figure. I'm not sure if she's unique to this set. I haven't seen them all, so I'll have to look, but she's really cool, sort of light blue, like cyan color with gunmetal gray for the other color with gold there for the symbol. And she does come with two different faces as well. So you've got that cool sort of battle mask that all the ninjas come with, and then a regular face there where she's smiling and looks pretty cool. That is it for the figures. We'll look at the instructions next. So here we have the instruction manual for the actual temple. We got a nice look at that. Looking inside, continuing that sort of Ninjago feel, we have this sort of different coloring, sort of brownish color to the actual instructions. Nothing too special. Here we have Kai as our loading bar, which should have been either the actual spirit or maybe even Nia, which would have been nice to see, but it is Kai for our instructions. Looking at the actual sticker book here, quite a bit of stickers. We can see a lot of like bigger stickers as well. But yeah, overall, 11 stickers, 11 different stickers, I should say. Setting it to the side, we'll look at the extra pieces, which is quite a bit for this set. It is a bigger set, so I guess that makes sense. Looking closer, stop shaking. Taking this out, this is Lord Roz's weapon. I'm gonna keep shaking this stupid thing. Looking here, quite a bit of things. We get another set of the shurikens, which was nice to get, that come off the door. But overall, nothing too special. Just looking, there is another candle piece here, or like fire piece. But overall, nothing too crazy, just a bunch of extra pieces. So some final thoughts as we close the video out. This is quite a cool build if you wanted to get a more expensive Lego set. Comes with great vigor selection with Empress, the Empress and the Lord Roz. And again, it comes with three ninjas, one of them being Nia, which I'm not sure how many sets she's in. I know Kai and Cole are in quite a bit. And it does come with the Temple of Spirit, which is quite a cool figure. And you can kind of have him put anywhere as he is a spirit. The build itself is quite cool with the actual temple spinning quite tall, taller than the actual box itself, which is nice, which you can see there. And with the tree build as well, which is quite cool, kind of interlocking the actual temple itself with the tree. And the amount of play features in this set as well. So if you were to get it for a younger kid or brother, sibling, anything, there's quite a bit going on here with the build itself and with the play features, especially with the figures. There's a lot you can do with all of that, and adding anything of the other sets to it as well just would bolster the set with those extra figures. Overall, a lot of sticker use, but I do feel it does add a lot to the actual build itself, especially with like little hidden Easter eggs with like that the bookshelf there on the bottom there of the temple. I do love the actual bell that you get. It doesn't jingle or anything, but it is still cool to kind of swing around. And the bridge as well, I love kind of building that. It looks aesthetically pleasing. Overall though, a great set. It does come with the interior, which gets smaller as you go up, but it does still offer a lot to it, which is nice. And especially with swapping out the energy cores, that's pretty cool as well. But overall, I would say this is a pretty great set, and would definitely be worth investing in getting. It is a little more expensive side, but I do feel it would get your money's worth out of it, out of building it, out of displaying it. It does look really nice with the different red, the dark blues, the browns. It does look aesthetically pleasing. So if you do have an extra spot for it, I would highly recommend kind of displaying it. But overall, great set, and I do highly recommend. But that'll be it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Please consider subscribing and liking. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.